Let's drive up Buena Vista Street in Burbank, California. On the left, we have Providence High School. On the right, we have the 134 freeway and the ABC Studios building. Now, on the right is the beginning of the Disney Studios campus, which has quite a large footprint. And then we just passed the end of Providence High School, and we're starting the beginning of Providence Hospital, beginning with the urgent care on the left. So we've still got Providence Hospital on the left and Disney Studios on the right. Now we're getting to Alameda Avenue, which is one of the main east-west streets in Burbank. Alameda actually connects with Olive Avenue, which is going to be the next large east-west intersection after this one. So Disney Studios just ended on the right, but now we're passing the Providence Hospital ER entrance on the left, as well as a cancer specialty building. Now we're at the intersection of Olive Avenue that I mentioned a moment ago. Olive Avenue can take you to Barham, which can then take you to Ventura Boulevard and Cahuenga, where you can either choose to go to the right and go to Studio City and onward along Ventura, or you can go to the left and go to Hollywood and eventually get to Highland shortly after. Now on the right, we've got the Burbank Library, or one of the Burbank libraries. This is the Buena Vista branch location, and there are 3 Burbank libraries in total. And now we've got also on the right Lincoln Park, which is one of the many great parks in Burbank. Now this intersection is Verdugo Avenue, and you could take this to the left to connect to Camarillo. And Camarillo Street is a medium-sized street. So this section is residential. There's a good preschool here on the right, Westminster Presbyterian Preschool. So now this is Magnolia Boulevard. And Magnolia is a pretty large east-west street in the valley as well, at least the eastern to middle portion of it. The Magnolia Park neighborhood in Burbank, which is one of the most popular parts of Burbank, it gets its name from that street. So there's a nice shopping area along Magnolia, and that'll mostly be to the left of Buena Vista, which would be west. It's now a little more residential, and then this is Chandler. And this portion of Chandler in Burbank, you've got the Chandler Bike Path, which is really great place to walk on, jog on, and of course bike on. It used to be a railroad track a long time ago, and but I believe since the early 90s it has been this bike path, which is essentially like a park, like a long stretch of park. Now this is Burbank Boulevard, and there's some shops along there. Now back into residential, and a lot of these here are multi-family units, so like triplexes, fourplexes, and so on. And then here we've got some houses again. And there's a Ralph's supermarket on the left side. And we're approaching Victory Boulevard, which is a very large street in the valley. I believe it goes the entire east-west span of the valley. Burbank Boulevard also goes very far. You have a Dollar Tree on the right side. Residential again here, and we're approaching some railroad track now. And this is an active railroad track. You've got Amtrak and Metrolink running along this line. It goes all the way to Union Station. So we're crossing that railroad track now, and this is Van Noen Street, and that's a pretty large street in the valley. This is the easternmost end of Van Noen, but it goes pretty far to the west. So on the right here, this is Empire, and when you turn in this direction, right, you get to the Empire Center, which is a large shopping area in Burbank. You've got Target, Walmart, Costco if you go a little further, REI, Lowe's, just a ton of shopping there. And this is Thornton Avenue, which is a small to medium street, but that notably takes you to the Burbank Hollywood Airport if you go left. There are other ways to get to it, but that's one of the better, more direct ways to get there. This is now San Fernando, which runs along the 5 freeway throughout a large portion of this region of LA. And also runs parallel to the train tracks for a portion of it. And so, yeah, not much in Burbank on San Fernando in this section, but there's another section in downtown Burbank where there are a lot of shops. But this portion here is more industrial than that portion. Here's a freeway entrance to get onto the 5 North, and now it's going to be completely residential until you get to the end of Buena Vista Street. You would still consider Buena Vista a main street in this portion of it, but when you pass Glen Oaks Boulevard, which is this next light, it's going to be completely residential until the very end, and I wouldn't consider it a main street anymore from this portion on here at Glen Oaks Boulevard. So this little portion there gets a little congested just because a lot of people want to get onto the main street there, but especially this last block from Kenneth Road to Scott is entirely residential, and the only increased traffic you have on it here is just from the local neighborhood wanting to quickly access Buena Vista Street. So you can see we are now approaching the Verdugo Mountains. We're not going to get right up to them, but we're going to get a little closer to them. And the street is actually going to end now at St. Francis Xavier Church, which is also a school from K through, or I believe TK through 8th grade.